If you followed any of my work over the years, you'll know I'm really big on making sure that when people buy horses, they're the best horse they can possibly be for that person. I've done demonstrations all over the country on it. We've created a DVD on this issue. And yet it seems that time and time again, people end up with a horse that is not the horse they thought they were buying. Now, yes, there are some bad people out there, and yes, there's some shonky deals go on, but there's also often an actual mental reason for the horse as to why the horse you end up with isn't the horse you went and looked at. And it's got to do with changes. Now, if you know anything about horses, you know that horses cannot stand change in their program. They're animals of routine, they like structure, they don't like surprises, and they also notice anything that's different. You only have to go and move something in your arena and lead your horse back through there, and straight away you'll be aware of the fact that your horse notices anything that's different. So you think about it. You buy a horse. So you go and pick it up and you take it from where it's been living and its paddock mates and its owners, and you bring it home. Straight away, everything has changed. The location has changed, the climate has changed, the horses around it have changed, the pasture will have changed, everything. There's not a single thing, unless you've just moved it across the paddock in an adjustment centre, there's not a single thing will be the same. So suddenly this horse is thrown into a completely new environment. And to top it all off, the horse has a new owner. And you, as its new owner, even if you have the absolute best of intentions, will not do everything exactly the same way as the old owner did. So, what is going to happen is that horse is going to respond to that external stimuli. Remembering that a horse is a prey animal, they've evolved over millions of years running away from everything that they think is going to eat them, and they've evolved to protect themselves. So, what happens is if your horse feels threatened, and let's be honest, if I ripped you out of your environment that you're in now, gave you no say, carted you across the other side of the country, and plonked you down in a new house with a new family, you're probably going to feel a little threatened by that new environment. So you've just done that to your horse. So if your horse is feeling threatened by that environment, he's going to react, or she is going to react like a horse that is under threat from a predator. So not all horses will do it, but every horse will respond differently to their environment. So not every horse, not every horse will change their behaviour, but every horse will change their response. So this may mean the horse that, the old owner told you was easy to catch, or, was quiet to brush, you may find that they're a little difficult to deal with. So my advice is go back and look at your horse training techniques and look at where you're at in your horse training journey, and see what you can do to work with that horse to make sure you're building a relationship with that horse, and so that that horse becomes more comfortable. Like I said at the start, there are people out there who are shonky, and we've all been stung in horse deals where, someone wasn't truthful. But over the years, I've come to realise that 9 times out of 10, when people tell me that the horse that they bought is not the horse that they thought they were getting, it's not actually the old owner's fault. It's that the horse is trying to adjust to its new environment, or that things are different. And so therefore it's up to you as the new owner to try and adapt and to work with that horse. If you get down the track and things still aren't working, well, things aren't working. But, make sure you go back and spend a little time in self-reflection before you start firing off about how other people have treated the horse and how you've been taken for a ride. And, hopefully, if you take that attitude, then what will happen is you'll get a horse that is exactly the horse that you thought you were buying. And, you can ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. But just make sure you're prepared to do a little bit of work before you can get to that point in the fairy tale.